Ha 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 ha. This meeting is now being recorded. Hello, everybody. If you're watching this video, this is Beginner Emotions for Dummies, week 4 of 4. 4 of 4 is where we do the self-love exercise, and we're going to do, it's a talking through meditation, but it's not a meditation today. And so I've got about 4 or 5 minutes till class starts, and I could just sit here or continue working on this puzzle that I'm working on of Native American tribes, which I'm making some nice progress on. But I decided, since I'm going to meditate today and people are coming, and I'm going to be talking us all through the meditation, and I had a pretty long day myself working through my own feelings, and then I saw the news and all the stuff going on in Afghanistan, and I got all kinds of feelings about that too. So, and then something happened just now outside in the hallway here. Some student having a breakdown. So I thought, especially since I heard all the screams from the breakdown, I thought I would go ahead and just take a moment here for the next 4 minutes and just have a quiet meditation. Okay? So we're just going to have a nice sound of silence, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, until someone comes, or until class starts anyway. Oh, welcome, welcome. We're gonna have just one more minute, just a little meditation, just some deep breaths. Boy, I tell you, okay, I'm coming to. Boy, I tell you, sitting in silence is not easy. I remember a time when I was younger, the early 2000s, when I first started school. I didn't have a cell phone in those days. I just remember a world where I could sit in silence for like an hour and meditate. It wasn't easy, but I could do it. But I tell you, these days, trying to sit in silence like that for 10 minutes is so difficult. So difficult. So welcome. And that's why we have exercises to do, so that we don't have to just sit in silence. Right? That's advanced work, real advanced work. So welcome. This is the last series, the last class of the Beginner Emotions for Dummies series. And hi, how are you? How am I? I am, well, I mentioned it a little earlier. Today was a full day, a real full day. I had a therapy appointment yesterday, and I didn't really get a whole lot of time to process through because I also had classes. So today, a lot of the processing happened. Um, yeah. And then I watched the news and all the stuff that's going on in Afghanistan. Made me rather upset. Although I will say, watching the terrorism on TV got me to thinking about in what ways have I terrorized myself. And I had a nice list. A nice list came up, and I let myself feel through that. So I came to see today as, while today was a bit rough, I came to see that even the terrorism is a gift today. That's what I came to see. So that's something, huh? That's something. Not easy to feel through, but that's something. That's life. So that being said, how are you? How are you doing? Hopefully your day was better than mine, or hopefully whatever happened to you, you got something really meaningful out of it. But how are you doing? And, I always start class by asking, how are people doing? You're always more than welcome to respond or not respond. Whatever response works for you, speaking, typing, whatever works for you. I should also say just who I am. I am a Dr. Donnie. I'm the host of this class. I am I am a tenured college professor now. As of 2 months ago, I got tenure here at CSU East Bay, and I teach social emotional learning. I'm a sociology professor who teaches social emotional learning. Okay. So how are you? Feeling better than yesterday. Took a walk today. Oh, nice. Walks are great. Walks are a great way to demonstrate self-care. All the doctors, smart people say that regular walks are so good for your mental and physical health. That's something I struggle with. I get so busy, I can't even take the time to take a walk. So that's wonderful. And I'm glad it made you feel better than yesterday. Just honor those feelings. Honor whatever yesterday was also. Just honor whatever it is you feel. That's what this is all about. Honoring what you feel. All our feelings are important. We need to feel, or how's it go? We have to feel all our feels so that we can heal. All of them. Not just that list of the ones you want, Not just the ones that taste really good on the menu. not just the cheesecake feelings, but all of them. All of them. They're all important. They're all a full palette of colors, you know. And we need to understand life. So great. You gotta walk. You gotta walk into your palette of colors. I got Afghanistan into mine. Here we go. Here we go. What a great thing. And here we go. So, so for the beginner class, I have a workbook for everyone. Let me pop it up here. And I'll put a link in the chat here. I am the author of a workbook I put together, a social emotional workbook called The Book of You. And from that workbook, I am putting together excerpts from the workbook for these classes. I have a beginner class, a 1-month beginner class, a 2-month regular class, and then a 1-month advanced class. And if you make it to the advanced class, I will just give you the Book of You workbook in its entirety so you can work on it on your own. But until then, I really like to guide people through these exercises because, feelings are hard. And, I just think I feel I take it upon me. I feel responsible enough that I want to guide people through the difficult things as they learn some of these tactics here. That's what I'm here for. And I'm really, no jokes, I really do feel like this is a calling for me. Doing this research, putting this material together changed my life. The person I was 5 years ago before I began this healing journey of mine, the person I was 3 years ago before I began collecting these worksheets that became this workbook. It's just night and day. It's just night and day, The sun has come up. So whatever I can do to help other people on their feelings journey, I'm all about it. Okay. And if in any way this material helps you, 2 important things. 1, considering, leave a $1 or 2 to help further this work. And 2, share with other people. Tell other people, bring other people to this class. If you meet someone in your life and they're having a hard time with their feelings, hopefully this class inspires you to get so in touch with yourself that you learn something that you can offer to help other people. So that way, when they come up to you and say, I'm upset, you have something you can help them work through it on some level, okay? That's the whole idea. I work on me, I help you, you work on you, you help others, they work on themselves, they help others, and then the whole world gets healed, okay? It's a it's a healing Ponzi scheme, okay? Healing investment Ponzi scheme. Oh. Love it. Great. Okay, so let's take a look at what we've done over the last 4 weeks and what you can take a look at in this workbook. Week 1, we went over a self-care plan, which was a whole list of things you can do for taking care of yourself. Important questions to ask, important domains of self-care to look at, and then ideas. So we had, for example, systemic self-care. How do you eat, move, and rest? What do you honestly do in terms of those things? And then what would be the healthier option in terms of those things, right? We went through all of that. And then we went through an emotions list. So the emotions list is just a whole list of, I guess you'd say, positive and negative emotions. So we could put our feelings into a larger language than just simply good, bad, happy, sad, right? And then we even spent some time drawing faces because actually just the act of drawing faces, drawing emojis, and then looking at the emoji, mirroring the emoji, getting a mirror and then seeing what that image looks like on your face. So, drawing a smiley face and trying to mimic the smiley face, and then using a mirror and then looking at yourself in the mirror with the smiley face teaches you right there so much about what your emotions, how you connect to your emotions, And these are simple things, just looking into a mirror and making various facial expressions You probably wouldn't do that on your own. I mean, that's something maybe a child would do for fun, but an adult probably wouldn't do that much on their own, right? But just doing that alone can do so much to teach you, when do you go into these reactions? When do you when are you triggered by these emotions? Um, um, Other people, when you get triggered or have these emotional reactions, this is what other people are seeing on you. How would you respond if you saw this, facial expression, for example? So just that alone can do so much to just help you understand feelings. Okay, so that was week 1. Okay, wonderful. Week 2, we got into the beginnings of meditation, in case you never meditated before. And then I talked a whole lot about how the mind works. The mind can think 80,000 thoughts a day, which is why it is so hard to sit in silence. 80,000 thoughts a day. Okay, so 80,000 thoughts a day. So meditation's all about making peace with the 80,000 thoughts that are coming up. Can you let them go? Can you not attach onto all of them? That's what weighs down our life. It's all the attachments. And then how to tell yourself the truth. So often we just think truth is just sort of a bam, let it out. But really, we can explore our emotions by examining, or we can tell the truth and explore our emotions by examining anger, hurt, fear, understanding, and love. So whatever the topic is, this Afghanistan thing, for example, what's making me angry? Get all the feelings out. What's making me hurt? Get all the feelings out. What are my fears? Get all the feelings out. And then what understandings have I come upon here? And then what do I love about the situation? Going through all those things gives you a full feeling of your emotional range and a much deeper understanding of what is true for you about that situation. Okay, so that was week 2. Week 3, we just did straight up meditating. So we had an extended meditation session where we focused on emotions, or what's called emotional vipassana. And then we took that through the body scan. So we took that emotional meditation and we did it through all of our body parts, starting with our toes, our feet, and then moving all the way up to our gut, our heart, and then our brain, our head. Okay. So today, my wonderful people, today we are doing self-love, acceptance, and validation. So important. And this exercise is going to allow us to blend those previous things into one exercise that helps us to help us to love ourselves, help us to really love ourselves. Okay. So as always, let yourself relax. Let yourself relax. Getting in touch with your feelings is next to impossible if you are not relaxed. Right. You really do need to be in a relaxed place in order to explore your emotions. So whatever you need to relax in this moment, I encourage you to do it. And that can be closing your eyes or putting your head down or, just listening. Or you don't have to read along. You don't have to read along. You can just hear the sound of my voice. You can always read it later, Whatever you need to relax. Make some tea. Take your shoes off. Okay, just give yourself the permission to relax. Okay, so we're going to talk about self-love. I don't like to make assumptions, so, you never know. That word might be a totally foreign concept to someone out there. So this gives us an opportunity to get a definition of what that is and how to work on it, how to build it in our lives. Many of us struggle with loving ourselves. Luckily, however, according to modern physics, spiritual people, and hippies, love has been found to be the energy of the universe itself. With the origins of the Big Bang came the beginnings of consciousness and love. So self-love is about developing a deep consciousness and unconditional appreciation of your role in the universe. This is why meditation can be so healing. Also, if love is the essence of the universe, then no one can give love or receive love from someone else. Love is just what's left when we are not attached to the judgments of our negative thoughts and feelings, or what's called the 5 frustrations of life. When we do not feel love, it is not because it isn't there. It is because we are actively thinking and believing things that block us from experiencing our true inner nature. In religious terms, this is what is meant by God is love, or whatever higher power of your understanding. Most of us have learned a definition of love that is radically different than this. We learn from infancy that we have to love someone or get someone to love us, and that we have to show it by doing the right things or saying the right words. If we went through anything abusive, we may learn that love comes with fear and pain. However, these things are conditional love. They are more about acting, manipulating, controlling to get someone's approval, which, unlike real love, can lead to self-abandonment, denial, superficial relationships, and repressed feelings. Really feeling that today. Unlike our ego's desire to get what we want, unconditional love is about accepting something as it is, for what it is, and for what it isn't. So, the key to developing self-love is through self-acceptance. Self-acceptance is about accepting the reality of what is happening inside of us. It is about moving away from our judgments and positive, negative feelings about right, wrong, good, bad, success, failure, want it, don't want it, like it, hate it, and embracing a larger acceptance of who we actually are, not who we nor others think we should be. Allowing our self-talk to be more accepting increases our ability to love others and the world as it is too. We develop self-acceptance through internal validation. We have been taught our whole lives to seek validation through external things like money, grades, clothing, degrees, or through other people like our friends or romantic partners, through people-pleasing behavior, faking it to blend in, or needing people to like us or think of us as good. Well, the day I had to write that, I had to search my life for all the ways I seek validation. Oh, what a pain. Whoa, the pain that came up that day. However, healthy validation means being able to validate our own feelings for what they are, as they are, without needing approval from anything or anyone else. Anything you feel is valid because you feel it. You can be totally wrong about why you feel that way, and your feeling is still 100% completely valid. This teaches us to honor our emotional boundaries, and helps to build healthier relationships with ourselves and others. Anything you feel is valid because you feel it. Boom, you felt it, it's valid for you. You can be totally wrong about why you felt that way. Your feeling is still valid completely for you. Human beings are all doing the best that they can. So our ability to love can only move at the level of our consciousness. Hold on 1 second. Let's just focus on that for a second. Our ability to love can only move at the level of our consciousness. So, if you are not particularly open-minded about multiple people in your relationships, what's that word? Polyamory or polygamy, polyamory, all the polys. If you're not really on a conscious level about that, then you can't love in that way. That makes sense. There's a group of people you would say you hate or don't like very much, or those people make you nervous, then it's hard to love those people, isn't it? Love can only move at the level of our consciousness. If I say things like, well, if I'm afraid of interacting with homeless people, or I'm afraid to, what am I trying to say here? The fears I have around homelessness block me from being able to connect with homeless people, because love only moves at the level of our consciousness. All those feelings that I don't want to feel, well, they're going to stay numbed up or blocked out, dissociated from, because love can only move at the level of my consciousness. While unconditional love is not easy to give to or get from others, if you don't give yourself unconditional love, you will always feel something negative, bad, wrong, missing, empty, or hollow. Oh, hey, I see someone I didn't see earlier. Hello there. Let me share with you the link to the workbook we're all using. And just so you know, we're on page 16 in this workbook. But you are more than welcome to read along. You are also more than welcome to just relax. It's going to be a recording. You can just listen to my voice. Just relax. We are discussing self-love. If you don't give yourself unconditional love, you will always feel something negative, bad, wrong, missing, empty, or hollow. I mean, that's just the truth of it, right? That's just the truth of it. This exercise will offer you an opportunity to work on your self-love, acceptance, and validation by feeling through the positive, negative range of your emotions and offering some statements to help you validate your feelings. Since negative judgment is one of our greatest coping mechanisms, validating yourself at first can feel like speaking a foreign language. So practice, practice, practice. Examining how we talk to ourselves creates space for our unconscious child parts to feel internal validation. This exercise is extremely useful for any feelings of hurt, pain, fear, and shame, the hardest things to feel through. Okay, so part 1. Start by naming all the ways you seek external validation. It's just good to know. Ask yourself, why do you seek each one? What do you get out of it? What are you giving up internally so you can have it externally? Okay, so let's see. This is one of those moments where how honest can you be with yourself, right? So, I could say, okay, so let's just go with an easy one. Okay, I have a PhD. So one way I seek validation is academic excellence. Okay, striving academically. Why do I seek that? Why do I seek that? You know why? Okay. Well, there's several reasons. One is I knew I was always really good at school, but I would also say that I got lots of approval for being good at school from other people. People recognize me as smart. That label of being a smart person. That's what I get out of it. That's what I get out of it. Okay. What am I giving up internally so I can have that externally? That's a good question. What am I giving up? Well, for one, I'll just say this. No one's a smart person. Everybody is smart at something. Okay? You can be smart at a topic, but no one's just smart. Okay? You might know nuclear physics, but nothing about feelings. You might know how to fix, cars, but know nothing about sports. You might know, I might know all this emotional stuff, but know nothing about cars. So, I'm smart when I'm up here talking about feelings, but then when my car breaks down, I look pretty dumb. Okay. Can I change a tire? I haven't changed a tire in a rather long time. It's been a good, it's been a good 15 years since I've changed a tire. So at this point, if I had to change a tire, if it was life or death, I'm sure I probably could. But otherwise, I probably would just get someone else to do it. So anyway, my point is, I wouldn't look all that smart. Is the point I'm making there. So no one's just smart. That's just that's an attachment to an identity, but it's not real. You can only be smart at a certain thing. So what am I giving up externally? I'm giving up just the full me. Right? There's all these other ways in my life I'm not smart. I'm not academically great at, like I said, cars. I'm doing this emotion stuff, but I'll tell you right now, my actual life and relationships has been a nightmare, a train wreck. Okay, whole series of train wrecks in my personal relationships. Okay, and I'll say this too. I've avoided several times when I could have dated and just focused on work because work was easier. Because work was something I could control. Because work is something that I knew I'd get this validation and approval for, whereas dating felt scary. Too scary. Too scary. Although dating would be the real me, having to really go out and really explore all the other areas of my life. Right? Okay, let's try another one. And those of you listening, if you would like to give your own examples, feel free. I will happily please feel free. I would love to discuss your own examples too. And you're always more than welcome to talk or type. Okay, whatever works for you. Let's try another one. A way I seek external validation. Most of these I try not to even dig too deep because you can find something really easy on the surface and then it turns out to be profound if you dig into it. I smile a lot. I do a lot of smiling. I rarely ever walk around just looking angry. I do see people who do walk around looking angry. I see that all the time here in the Bay Area. But yeah, I tend to not walk around looking angry. I tend to smile, try my best to look pleasant or upbeat, or more or less look pleasant or upbeat. Okay, yeah. Okay. Why do I do that? Well, if I do that, then I think people will like me. I think, for one, as a black man, for sure, if I walk around smiling, people will perceive me as less of a threat, for example. If I walk around smiling, it increases the odds that people will talk to me and socialize with me. So sometimes I walk around smiling in the hopes that people will talk to me so I won't have to make the effort of talking to them. They'll approach me so that way I won't have to get over my nervousness about approaching them. I do that a lot. A whole lot. What do I get out of it? That's what I get out of it. Yeah. It's like a security. It's a security. It's like a security, a defense. It's like it's a thing I use to get access, a pass key. It's all those things. Okay, smile. I even got Invisalign over the pandemic, so I could just straighten out a couple of teeth too. Smile. What are you giving up internally so you can have it externally? Okay, that's a good question. What am I giving up internally? Well, I mean, I can always say I'm giving up the real me again, because there's bound to be plenty of days where I wasn't in a good mood and I would not have walked around looking happy. And those are the days I just stayed home. Those are the days I stayed in my office instead of dealing with people, you know. And to be quite honest with you, all of you, only recently in my life have I gotten to a place when I feel bad that I have like a list of people I know that are safe people. I even have that word now, safe people, that I know I will turn to when I'm not feeling good, and I can let that real face out, and they will receive me and help me through it. So I'm so thankful for that now. But that's pretty recent in my life that's around. So it's fair to say I've given up a lot of real internal connections with all these feelings so I could look good on the outside. What's that called? Superficial. There you go. Oh. Mine was walking around with books because I wanted people to know I was smart. Walking around with books. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I had glasses for a while for that reason too. Even after I got LASIK eye surgery, I still bought a pair of glasses just to put on every now and then, so that way I could have the smart look. Just in case, you know. Right on. And just let yourself feel that. And be kind to yourself, because sometimes admitting these things can sting. It can sting. But just know these are just coping mechanisms, right? And we're doing the best that we can. We're doing these things to show up because we care about ourselves. Everything we do because we care about ourselves, right? Yeah. You know that example I gave about smiling? I've met so many other people in my life who will just smile. They could literally, like, be on fire. They could be on fire. Their hand, their arm could have broken in two, and they would just still be sitting there. Oh, I'm fine. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, it's okay. I'm just feeling good. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I've met I've met so many people like that. And I'm not that bad. And if I was going to be really honest, I'm not that far off. Those people who are like that, I judge those people. Like, are you crazy? Come on now. You're clearly on fire. No. You're not okay. Why are you smiling? But you know what? I do the exact same thing. I just don't do it to such an extreme. Those people are here. Those people are here in my life to show me to listen to those feelings. What a gift. What a gift. Just like Antoinette is here to teach me every time in my life I faked the fullness of who I am so I could look smart. Okay. Whew, boy. See, that's a whole exercise in itself. Whew. You can spend all day making a list of those things, you know? Okay. Well, let's move on to number 2. Number 2 is the real meditation here. digging even deeper. If you might have noticed in this example we just did about those things, our judgments and our feelings are very strongly correlated. So if we use our previous how to tell the truth exercise, we can line up both our feelings and judgments from positive to negative or love to hate. And we can arrange this in steps that gradually move from one to the other or expand the number of categories. Okay, so as you can see in the truth exercise, it was anger, hurt, fear, understanding, love, from negative to positive. If I just do a love version of this, we'll go hate to love, and that would be hate, dislike. Then let's say a neutral, don't care, indifferent. Then like, then love. And then if I expanded that to a larger, say, acceptance exercise, that would be hate, can't accept, don't understand, don't know, no opinion, no thought. Then no, understand, accept, and love. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 categories there. 9 categories. So note in the middle of both there is a neutral feeling. We often move from positive to negative quickly, very quickly. So it is important to know what neutral or no thought would feel like. We can also use neutral to examine the 5 frustrations of life. And the 5 frustrations of life are our assumptions and expectations, our preferences and requirements, our beliefs and attachments, our judgments and comparisons, and our attempts to manipulate and control things. Okay, so we got 3 things we're going to do. Number 1, practice this first by naming and feeling through something you have no opinion about. Okay, so let's, why don't we try this so you can see what this feels like. Think of something that's bugging you about the world. Hey, Afghanistan's bugging me, so let's go with that. Okay, those scenes I saw on the news today are bugging me. Oh, that scene of all the people holding onto the airplane as it's taking off. Okay, that upsets me. Okay, so now I have an image in my mind. Get the image in your mind. And then find something in that image that you have no opinion about whatsoever. Okay, they're running to the plane. The plane's moving. They're grabbing the plane. They're climbing onto the wings. I see the clothes they wear, the flowing robes that they wear. I see them flowing in the wind as they're running, as the plane's taking off. Okay. Something in that image I got no opinion about. That's gonna be it. Let me see. Looking at the image, something I got. You know what? Whether the woman here in the front and the woman I see way in the back, if they're first cousins, I have no opinion about that. If they're first cousins, if they're second cousins, distant cousins, I have no opinion about it. Their family structure between those 2 individual people, I have no opinion about that. Oh, how about this? I'm seeing the people running. Some of them have sandals on. The manufacturer of the sandals. I have no opinion. No opinion at all. I actually have one opinion, which is I really hope they're not Payless, because these days Payless sandals are horrible. But aside from that, you know what? In that image, I have no opinion. And that made me laugh, so that's a good sign. Okay, the sandals. I have no opinion about the sandals. They're running to the plane. Focus into the sandals. Focus on the sandals. That energy, bring the energy into those sandals. Anchor into the sandals. Yeah, the trash can at the airport terminal. I have no opinion about that. What's in the trash can at the airport terminal? I have no opinion about that. Anchor into the trash can at the airport terminal. You know, it was meaningless before, but now those things are going to save us and help us get in touch with these feelings. Okay, so you see what that's like? So, you know, the next time you're really upset about something, you're arguing with somebody, get into it with somebody, find something going on in the scene that you got no opinion about. You know, the wax in their ears, you know, a hair on their back, you know, whatever you got to find, you know, a crumb of dust on the floor, anchor into the dust. Dust is even a gift here. Okay, it can just help us so much to reset. Okay, that's one. Two, next, pick something that you know you do like, love, or at least accept about you or the world, and feel through each step of the positive side of this scale. Give 3 reasons why you know it, understand it, accept it, and love it. Okay, so yeah, why don't we try that? Yeah, that's a good way to go. Okay, so pick something you like or love. Pick something you love. What's something you love? You know, what's something I love? Keep it simple. Stuffed animals. You guys have helped me through so much in the last year. Oh my gosh. How would I have made it through coronavirus without you? Okay, one of my students told me about these Squishmallow toys, and they're so great for getting in touch with your childhood self. Having little toys like this, you know. Okay, I love those little toys. I love my little toys. I could show you, but I have a huge tiger behind this computer. I have an elephant. I have a unicorn. Can't think of these animal names. A rhinoceros. A bear. A dog. And I suppose this is a cat here. And I suppose this is a rabbit. I suppose. I'm not so sure. Okay, start with no. What do you know about your relationship with stuffed animals? What do I know I love about it? I know it makes me feel good. I know I like to hold them. I know they have helped me with my feelings. Okay, well, that's 3 good reasons. That's good. Next is understand, acknowledge. What is it about stuffed animals that I can understand? My love of stuffed animals that I can understand and acknowledge. I understand why I would enjoy stuffed animals in my, middle adulthood because of what the crap I went through in my childhood. Yeah. Actually, now that I go back, man, I had a few stuffed animals, but pretty fast, like around about 5, 7 or so. My parents they got rid of all that and just figured we were old enough to get action figures, and so from that point on, it turned into Batman's and Superman action figures, but all the cute cuddly stuff all kind of. I don't remember where that stuff went. I don't recall them ever asking us, so I guess it just disappeared one day. They just took it one day, I guess. I never really thought about it until right now. Okay, well, I understand that these stuffed animals are helping me process through my childhood trauma. Okay, I understand they are opening me up to spaces that were painful, that were hard to deal with, spaces that I have dissociated from or avoid, or yeah, they're helping me to deal with my dissociation from painful memories. Okay. Next is accept. What is it about my love of stuffed animals that I accept? I accept that this is what I need for my healing. I accept that it may not look appropriate to someone else, and it looks appropriate to me. I accept that I need to do what I need to do for me, even if it comes with judgment from others. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I need to do what I need to do for me, even if it comes with judgment from others. Okay, and then love. The final one's love. What is it about my love of stuffed animals that I love? What do I love about my love of stuffed animals? Let's see. I like the colors. I love that I'm so into color. I love that. I love that it gave me opportunities to go to Toys R Us, which I probably would never have gone to otherwise. Um, I love that when I walk through the store, when I buy one and walk through the store, there's so many people who either look at me with a total bewilderment at seeing, I don't know, a black person walk around with a big stuffed animal, or people who look at me and they're really like, they think it's the cutest thing ever. And they actually wish they could get a stuffed animal, but they're maybe too afraid to grab one themselves. I get guys who they'll give me that look like, well, I want one, but they won't go grab it themselves. I love that. I love that. Actually, it kind of means I'm brave on that level because that toxic masculinity stuff, I'm willing to reject all that toxic masculinity, and I love that. I love that. I love that. Yeah. Okay, so you see how that went, right? All I did was pick something, and then I took it up the scale and got to see all these things I like about it. That actually was really cool. I like that. Now, for the real challenge is number 3. Pick something you reject or hate, and then take it from the bottom of the scale all the way to the top. Give yourself a lot of time on each step, especially as you move from neutral on up. Okay, so here's the real enchilada here, okay? Think of something you hate. For some of us, that might take a while to think of something. But for many of us, something will pop up pretty quick in your mind. So you're welcome to pick whatever you like. Think of something you hate. If you would like to run through your example, particularly if something is currently bothering you today, right now, and you'd like to run through it, we are more than welcome to do that, okay? Just let me know at any time, okay? But if no one picks anything, what's something I hate? I'm going to be honest with all of you. I want to do this Afghanistan thing so badly. Oh, okay. Okay, hold up. I need to get another. Let me get some more stuffed animals here. Let me get my bear. Hold up. I need special reinforcements here. I need special reinforcements. Okay. Okay. Okay, Safety Bear. He needs a name. Safety Bear. Oh, Workplace Bullies. Well, I got one of those too. Oh, that's a good one too. Oh, that's a good one too. Oh, oh. Let me ask you, how do you feel about doing Afghanistan first and then Workplace Bullies second? Or would you like to do Workplace Bullies first? Do you have any preference? I got a Workplace Bully also, just so you know. I think a lot of us do. A lot of people have told me it often happens. You get that one person at work who just ruins all the fun for everybody. You want to do mine? Okay. Thank you. Okay, this Afghanistan thing. So let's just call it. What do I hate? I hate that. The way we are treating the people of Afghanistan. Military occupation, bombings, war in the Middle East, all of it. Okay, I hate it. Okay. What's something you hate about it? 3 things you hate about it. 3 things you reject or hate about it. Well, I hate to see so many people dying. I hate to see so much bloodshed. I hate seeing so much violence. I hate that I see people suffering and I can't do anything about it. I hate that I was at the anti-war protests when they started. So 20 years ago now? So I I hate the 20 years of resentment I've had about this, about going to war there in the first place. I hate that I protested and argued and no one listened to me. Yeah, I hate that I was against all this from day -1. I was against all this from day -1, and it went on for 20 years. 20 years of being engaged in the political process. And there was nothing the vast majority of the average American citizen could do to stop this war. I hate how disempowered that makes me feel. I hate how it makes me feel like my citizenship doesn't matter. Okay. Next is can't accept. Can't accept. I can't accept that this went on for 20 years. I can't accept how frustrated and sad this makes me feel that this is happening right now. I can't accept these thoughts that it might even get worse than this. I mean, likely. I can't accept that it's going to get worse than this. Many more people may die. Next is don't understand. Don't understand. What is it about this situation I don't understand? Hey, if this bothers you also, if the Afghanistan thing bothers you, or if this example it will help me. That's what I'm trying to say. Help me. Help me. Don't understand. What is it about this that you don't understand? I don't understand how people can be so violent and sleep at night. I don't understand how people could. Why we have war at all, really? Why don't we have more diplomacy? I don't understand why we didn't do a better job of, fixing up the country so that way they wouldn't feel a need to run for the airport like they are. We had 20 years to do it, right? We didn't care about really improving the country. We just used all that stuff about women's rights as an excuse to colonize them and then see what we can to control the country. And then clearly that didn't work out as well. We thought we were good to go, and then the Taliban showed up and the Afghan army just quit because they knew they didn't stand a chance long term. So we could have made diplomatic relations. We could have did so much better. I don't understand why we didn't. Don't know. Next is don't know. What is it about the situation you don't know? I don't know. I don't know of I don't know if these people are going to be okay. I don't know what I can do about it. I don't know what I can do about it. I don't know how to feel through all this violence. How am I supposed to be a peaceful person who just pop, 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 ha, 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 goes to work, has lunch, orders a pizza, plays some video games? How am I supposed to have that life when I see stuff like this happening? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm supposed to just have a carefree life when I see all that kind of violence. Okay. Okay. Neutral. Neutral. Watching the plane. Okay, the trash can at the airport. Okay, I'm watching the plane take off, but I'm anchoring into the trash can. And let's use this moment to examine what assumptions and expectations are we making about the situation? What assumptions and expectations am I making? I don't know how to word this, but if it wasn't on TV, I wouldn't have even known it's happening. So there's like a assumption, expectation around I need to see like justice being served on TV. I need to see the right thing, maybe the sanitized thing on TV. Something like that. There's something like that going on instead of reality. I'd rather see something that made me feel more comfortable. That's my preference. Actually, it's not my preference, it's my requirement. Because if I see something that doesn't make me feel comfortable, I'm going to get really upset about it. Start finding someone to blame. And the truth is, I'm just upset or angry. And I don't know how to make space for that. And blaming the government, blaming the situation is a way to have control over these hard feelings. It's a way to have control over these hard feelings. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Blaming allows me to get angry and directed towards something instead of just feeling all this sort of helpless sadness. Truly, thank you. Thank you. Truly, depression. Thank you. Oh. Mm. Oh. Oh. You know. Oh. 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 Yeah, I understand. The next one is no. The next one is no. I know that these feelings are not just stuff that's happening right now. It's 20 years of pent up frustration, hurt. Oh. swear to God, it's like there's a part of me that thought back then, if I got angry enough, it would stop. We just yelled loud enough, or there was enough people in the streets, it would stop. You know, they say depression. Depression is anger turned inward. That's what they say. That's what they say. I know I need to give myself a lot more compassion. You know, those people in Afghanistan want help, and I need help too. A lot more conflicts, you know. You know, I was very conscious in the 2000s once I hit adulthood, but I also think about all the conflicts that happened in the 80s and the 90s that I wasn't conscious of. I know that the suffering in the world is even worse than this. There's conflicts all over the world. I'm not having this feeling around all those conflicts. I know there's a lot more suffering than even this going on. I know I need to listen to these feelings. I can't just get angry and yell them out or march in a protest. I can do that, and I also need to listen to these feelings. All of them. The Bush administration wouldn't listen. Can I listen? Can I listen? Oh, okay. It is understand and acknowledge. What is it about? What is it about this situation that we can say we understand and acknowledge? Well, just a basic one. I can understand that an evacuation of thousands of people at the last minute is hard. It's very hard. I can understand that people who are against the United States would have an intention on harming people. I can understand that. I acknowledge that. I acknowledge the United States also did several horrific things in Afghanistan: drone strikes, killing wedding parties and bombing schools. And oh, thank you, let it out. Yeah, thank you. I acknowledge all those things the U.S. did made me angry, made me very angry. And then now I see the help that they're giving. They're getting so little, so late. It makes me really angry. And that I need to sit with that anger. I can't just I can't just like live on it or bury it. I need to sit with that. You know, and anybody in the world, it's a 20-year occupation of a country. We could say 20-year illegal occupation of a country. That deserves some tears. That deserves some tears. If I said the Nazis occupied some place for 20 years, you know, there would be a long list of documentaries being made about that for a very long time. The Soviets went to Afghanistan for like 10 years, and it didn't work out for them either. I understand. I said this before. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, the world is so full of war. You know what? I also understand that all this internal conflict inside of me is like a war. That I can do more to build peace within me so I can build more peace in my world. I can tell you all the yelling and arguing didn't work. Okay, accept. Next is accept. What about this situation can I accept? Accept, respect. Well, I respect that people will do whatever they need to do to survive, even if that means jumping on to the wheels of a moving plane. I accept that the world is still going through a whole process of war and conquest. We don't call it colonialism anymore, but I mean, it's basically the same thing. The world hasn't changed that much. It's the same world from the history books, really. The clothes all changed. The weapons are more sophisticated. It's all the same thing. I accept that human beings are probably not going to change all that much on that level. I accept that. I can accept that. I mean, there's so many examples. How can I not accept it? There's just so many examples. And actually, as we speak right now, I'm working on a puzzle. I've gotten into jigsaw puzzles, which I was really into as a kid. And I'm working on one right now about all the American Indian tribes. And as I go through the hundreds of tribes that are on this puzzle, I'm just thinking how every one of these tribes was wiped out by the settlers who came here over the course of couple of hundred years. Wiped the vast majority of them all out. Genocide. So many examples of how human beings, how cruel human beings treat each other. I can accept it. I don't have to like it. I can accept it. I can accept it. There's so many examples. I don't have to like it. But I know if I don't accept it, I'm just making myself suffer also. Oh. 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 Okay, and then the final one is love. What is it about this situation? What is it about this situation that we can say we love or embrace? That's kind of hard. So we're gonna sit with that for a bit. Just sit with it for a bit. Well, I love that I care so much. I could just not care, but I do care. I love that I care. I love that I wanted a better world. Yeah, I love that about me. It's very, very innocent. I love that I wanted to do my part to make the world a better place. Oh, oh, yeah, the innocence in that. Oh, oh. I love that I was willing to stand up and speak out. I love that when I see these people suffering, I don't just let it go. I love that I love that I had a feeling about it. It shows me my humanity. I love that I have a sense of humanity. A large one at that. Oh. 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 Well, I love that these events today gave me an opportunity to feel into these feelings. Okay, so now that wasn't easy. So let's give ourselves some validation for what we went through, getting in touch with these feelings. You can say these things, you can come up with your own. These are just ways to get you started. I love myself, even when I'm super upset about what's going on around the world. I love myself, even when things don't work out the way I wanted them to. I love myself, even when I see other people struggling, suffering, struggling to survive. Love is always here, even in the middle of the greatest struggle. I can still love myself. Underneath all this sadness, all this hurt, is love. Underneath all my innocence is love. Underneath all this pain is my innocence, is love. Love is always underneath all my feelings. Love is always underneath everything. The real reason why you ultimately do anything is out of love. I accept that I got a hard time with these images I'm being shown today about bombings and killings. I accept that I can't accept those images. I accept that I can't accept those images easily. I can't accept the suffering I see easily. I have every right to feel the way I feel about all the suffering, about all the bombings, about the way we're treating those people. Anyone who went through what I'm going through would feel that way. I gotta say this too. But the protesting I did in college, that was my kind of first time really being like an adult and standing up for myself after a whole childhood of being a in the closet gay person, queer person who got no support. So you know how good it felt to scream in the street, no war? It wasn't just about no war. It was about really like me standing up for me. I'm worthy enough to feel through these feelings around war and Afghanistan and protesting because these feelings matter to me. My feelings matter to me. My peace matters to me. My happiness matters to me. I don't totally understand how I feel about this issue in Afghanistan, and I don't need to right now. I can give it time and space and rest. I don't need anyone's approval to be okay with my feelings about war. And I let go. I let go of war. I let go of violence. I let go of Afghanistan. I let go of peace. I let go of thinking human beings can do better. I let go of everything because love is letting go. Okay. Okay, so you see, we get to really work through the feeling, really work through it, and then give ourselves some validation so we can support ourselves in this journey. Okay, that's how this works. Now, oh wow, wow. Some of that stuff's been held back for 20 years. Let's go with the whole 40 years. I'm 39 and a half. It's been held back 39 and a half. Who knows? Some of those feelings were probably in the womb for all I know. So that was 40 years of feelings right there. Oh, oh, okay. Okay, now let's do another one. Let's do one more. We're going to do it on workplace bullies. Workplace bullies. Oh boy, here we go. My workplace bully, I heard him just leaving. I heard him. Workplace bullies. So just see what comes up for you around workplace bullies. Three things you hate about workplace bullies. Three things you reject or hate about workplace bullies. I hate the fact that this person is across the hall from me. I hate that because he's across the hall from me, I start constantly mentally figuring out when I can and can't leave my office, or thinking about having to sneak down the hallway to avoid him. I hate that. I hate feeling that uncomfortable. What else do you hate? What do you hate? Workplace bullies. Hmm. I hate that I have to spend my energy dealing with him. I hate that he irritates me so much. I hate that I have to listen to him. I hate that I have to treat him as an equal when I would really rather. Well, I hate that I have to treat him as an equal when I really would prefer it if he didn't work here. Oh, I hate that HR or any other people are telling me how to feel. I hate that HR wants me to be nice to them. I hate that HR can back that up with law, with threats. I hate the pressure that HR is putting on me. I hate his stupid little face. Okay. Can't accept. What is it about workplace bullies you can't accept? I can't accept that I have to figure out ways to get along with somebody. I can't accept that this may be my work situation for the next 20 years of my life. I'm gonna have to put up with this guy for the next 20 years. I can't accept that they need to be in groups to bully. I can't accept that people spend this much energy trying to bully others. I can't accept that this behavior reminds me like high school all over again. I can't accept that other people support this crap. I can't accept how frustrated I am about this. And next is don't understand. What is it about workplace bullies you don't understand? Hmm. I don't understand how I'm gonna put up with this shit. I don't understand why these people are so mean. fucked up. I don't understand how people like this even manage to stay employed when they treat people so badly. Yeah, I don't understand why they can't get a life. I don't understand how no one sees it. Oh. I don't understand how it can go on, keeps going on, and no one sees it. Or everyone just looks the other way. I don't understand how people can just look the other way when fucked up stuff's happening right here. Okay, next is don't know. Don't know. What is it about this situation that you don't know? I don't know how long I can put up with this. I don't know how to reach some place of peace with this person. I don't know how to make the bullying stop. I don't know if they'll leave me alone. I don't know if it'll ever change. I don't know if the higher ups will ever actually do their job and notice the behavior and address it. Oh, they noticed. They just don't address it. They noticed. They just don't address it. I don't know if that's okay with me. I don't know if that's okay with me. Or I know that's not okay. And I don't know how much longer I can put up with it. I don't know what these bullies get out of it. I don't know how their parents or their partner puts up with them. Yeah, I don't know how their children or their partner puts up with them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know how everyone doesn't think this person is just everyone in everyday life doesn't think this person is just a horrible person. Okay, neutral. Oh, yeah, neutral, neutral, neutral. Okay, let's go for this. Imagine a situation where you had to interact with this bully of one that really upset you. The image in your mind. Okay. My bully, my bully sends constant busy work emails. My bully had to write me a recommendation and wrote me literally the worst recommendation I have ever read from a human being on planet Earth. Okay. I'm thinking of that day I read the recommendation and then we had a meeting, a group meeting like a week later, and That feeling I had the moment his face popped up on Zoom. Okay, got the images in my mind. Something in that image I got no opinion about. I actually did this that day. I focused on um, not his name, but just one letter in his name, like an E. And I looked at Zoom and I looked at the E at the end of his name, and I just focused on the E. I had no opinion about that E. His name is actually a name that I do have an opinion about for some other reason, but the E, no opinion, no opinion. So I anchored into the E on Zoom. I was sitting there all day for that hour, in that meeting. His name was right there, anchored into the E. The E wasn't going to harm me. The E didn't write me that letter. So I anchor into the E so I can see what neutral feels like. So I don't turn my microphone on and curse him out at the meeting. Anchor into the E. And what sort of assumptions and expectations are we putting on this situation with workplace bullies? What assumptions and expectations am I putting on this situation? I'm definitely expecting this person to always sort of represent a negative presence. Like I'm expecting the next thing he's going to do. I feel myself preparing for the next problem. I see him as a problem. My assumption is he's an automatic problem. Whatever happens, he's a problem. That's my expectation. I've expected him to I've turned him into a problem. He's not just a person anymore. He's a problem. I've attached that to him. So when I hear his name, I don't hear a person anymore. I hear a problem, which is a judgment. Actually, to be fair, it's kind of a way in which I bully him. If I really took that seriously. Did he bully me every single day? No. There's just a couple of things he did. Is he just a bully? No. No one's just a bully. Like you, Antoinette, I agree. I think this person must be a horrible parent and a horrible partner. And yet they just had another kid. They just had a second kid. That doesn't mean anything, I suppose. I mean, I guess it doesn't mean anything at all, really. Well, but I mean, somebody liked this person enough to be willing to do all that, right? So my point there was they're not just a bully. They're not just a bully. They're not just a bully. You can be a bully at work, and maybe you're just a really hurt, sensitive person when you go home. What makes somebody into a bully? Going through being bullied yourself. Someone took their power out on you, so then you become somebody who does it to other people. Someone victimized you, so then you, I guess consciously, subconsciously, you convince yourself you're doing the right thing maybe, but then you victimize other people. I have the belief that because he did this to me, he's just evil, awful, evil. But he's not just awful and evil. He can be awful, evil, and hurting. He can be awful, evil, and he went through some fucked up stuff of his own in his life that he probably has no clue how to work through, considering how he's treating other people. He probably has no clue. Hey, here's another one. Here's another one. There's a high chance that if he treats other people like this, oh my God, how does he treat himself? We don't know what his inner dialogue looks like. If we could see what that looks like, holy schmaholy. Who knows? It might look like like a straight up horror movie in there. So he might have to bully because Lord, maybe he bullies himself. All the difficult things he went through. Totally agree. Mm. Mm. And you know what? It's like the hardest thing to see because once they do it to you, you feel nothing but anger at them. And really, that kind of launching stuff at you, bullying you, is really their only way to even attempt to try to go anywhere near those feelings they got going on inside. I mean, most people who bully, if you ask them, do you like yourself? Most of those people say they, if they're willing to be honest, will say they hate themselves. If they have any vulnerability at all, most of them will say they hate themselves. I actually almost thought about it one day, having a conversation with my bully and asking him, how do you feel? Do you like yourself? Do you really like yourself as a person? I don't think he'd give me an honest answer. He'd probably shake it off real quick and just start focusing on something else, because I think the honest answer is no. And anybody who was sitting on all that pain and didn't want to look at it and wanted to judge everybody else and then fail everybody else, that doesn't sound like to me like someone who's deeply in love with themselves. I'm not hearing a lot of self-love going on there. And am I getting all angry at it? Well, it's just a way to control the situation, but it's just frustrating me. So there's got to be a better way. One of my bullies, single white female me. It was so weird. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I know the movie. Oh, yeah, yeah. It is weird. Yeah, 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 yeah. When the bullying also comes with emulating, with um, emulating you, you know. I mean, I can't use the phrase single white female for my example. I will say, though, my bully is clearly intimidated by me, and that's why he did what he did. Yeah, yeah. And he knows he can't copy what I did. He can't. It's just his personality, his way of being. It's not going to happen. So he's trying to he. I think in his mind he's in a competition. So the moment he had a chance to evaluate me, he took it upon himself to go out of his way to find just the littlest negative thing and deliberately harp on it as if it was my whole portfolio, because that's how intimidated he is of me. That's how intimidated he is of me. That's how insecure he is. And yeah, having someone copy you, bully you and copy you, that is. And that is weird, but that movie wasn't just weird. Weird and what? Weird and what? I want to say weird and like gaslighting. Gaslighting. Did you feel gaslit? Like maybe you could trust this person in the beginning, and then whoop. Sometime in those cases, you might have thought you were making a friend, and then suddenly, whoa, holy crap, what have I done? Gaslit. I can definitely say in my own situation, I thought this was someone I could trust. And then the moment we had an argument, I discovered the other side. Yeah. Yeah, we got along just fine as long as he thought I was underneath him. And in the moment there was even a flake of disagreement and I had the ability to stand up for myself, he just completely became the most judgmental asshole ever. Okay, let's keep going. Recognize, know. What is it about workplace bullies that we can say we recognize and know? I recognize that just because someone seems like they want to be your friend in the beginning doesn't mean they're going to end up that way. I recognize that my bully, I recognize that they have no life. I recognize that this person is dealing with life in ways that is probably not working out very well for them. I recognize that this person is a great guide to teach me who I do not want to be. I recognize that I don't ever want to be somebody who has that much trapped anger that I just take it out on other people. I know, I know that my peace, my well-being, my happiness is worth more than that. I know that. I know that. Understand and acknowledge. What is it about this situation? You can say you understand and acknowledge. Well, I want to acknowledge that if I just get angry and don't deal with my feelings, I more than likely will just become another bully. I'll bully me for not doing anything. I'll bully me for not listening to myself. I understand that these feelings are important to me. I understand that I need to have my own back, especially if HR does not have it. I need to have my own back. If my coworkers, if HR doesn't have my back, I need to have my own back. You know, I understand that people who treat other people in ways I feel are unkind, that shit makes me really puts me on edge. I understand it makes me sensitive. I understand I'm a sensitive, caring, loving person. And that when I see this happening in the world or when it's being done to me, it puts me in a space that I feel like I need to do something about it, to address it. I understand that I am not the kind of person who's just gonna let it go. Who's just gonna get bullied and I'm just going to just take it. I understand I'm not the motherfucker who gonna just take it. I understand that. I understand that. I also understand that I'm hearing I really don't want to be someone who bullies. Because I've met my share of people like this who got bullied, and then with the way they dealt with it is they started beating up the bullies, and then you become like a sort of Superman figure who you constantly are looking out for bullies to beat up. I've met some people like this, and that doesn't sound like a happy life either. I understand I don't want to be a bully. I don't want to be a bully. And thank God for that bully to teach me how much I don't want to be one. He's showing me all the ways I don't want to be one. Accept. What is it about this situation that you accept? Respect. Well, I respect that I may not be able to beat up all the bullies in the world. I can't stop all the bullies of the world. Um, but I can accept that I can make space for my feelings, and I can make space for my feelings. I don't have to bully me ever. I can't stop the United States from invading another country, but I don't ever have to invade me. I don't have to occupy me. I can love me. I can make negotiations, peace treaties with me. I can validate, listen, make space. I accept that, I may not be able to change the bullying, but I can always get in touch with my state of mind. If I'm really lucky, maybe this bullying will teach me so many things that I can really learn to love myself better. And who knows, maybe I'll be thankful it happened. I'm actually thankful he wrote that letter because so many other people showed up to support me because he wrote that letter that it was actually one of the greatest gifts ever. I got to see how much support I really do have. I got to realize how I got to realize a better way to use my voice. You know, um, yeah, yeah. Hey, I learned a whole bunch of legal things also about how to stand up for myself, and that was also very helpful. I accept that, this may be one among many other jobs I have in the future. And who knows, the next job may have somebody who's twice as worse as this guy. Then what am I going to do? Maybe this guy is he's the teacher. Teach me how to deal with these things so that way when it happens the next time, I'm more prepared. And finally, love. Embrace love. What is it about workplace bullies? And this is not going to be easy. What is it about workplace bullies that can we say we embrace and love? So just sit for a minute. Let's just sit for a minute. Is it about workplace bullies? Well, I love how much righteous anger I had about this. That got me a lot of feelings. I got a lot of feelings up to the surface real quickly. I love how much I feel like I'm right and they're wrong. I love that. I like being on the right side of things. Yeah. I love. Well, I love that people. I mean, people are going out of their way to kind of ignore the bullying, but people are probably not going out of their way to ignore me. So I love that I'm not being ignored in the same way the bully is. I love that I don't have a whatever's going on inside of me. I love that it's not so painful or I'm dealing with it in such an unhealthy way that I feel the need to terrorize or bully other people. I love that. This bully kind of gives me, like, if I had a scale, like a health scale, how healthy am I? Well, I know I'm at least a good 3, 4, 5 notches above that guy. You know, I love that. I love that. I love that. Yeah, that's great. On a day when I feel real lousy and I'm like, man, I'm just never getting any better no matter what I do, I can remind myself of this guy. Where is he at? Whew. You know? What else can I say I love about my book? To build better connection with self. Walks into work with more confidence about self. Because it's something about me that you don't have and making feel some type of way about yourself. Walking into work with more self-confidence. Because it's something about me that you don't have. That's right. Hey, you know what? You have the ability to tap into this. Yeah, it's something you got all kinds of stuff that person doesn't have. There's even a high chance that person deliberately bullies you because they can see you have it and they don't. So that's what insecurity does. I can really see that in this conversation that we've had here. I can really see that in my workplace bully. He's just deeply insecure. Deeply motherfucking insecure. Deeply insecure. Deeply insecure. I could give you some other examples too, but deeply insecure. Okay, I'll just say this, the college professors in the world, you know, things like ratemyprofessor.com exist for a reason. They exist so that other students can read them and get an objective understanding. Well, get an understanding from other students, people in the same category, same, class position. They can get an understanding of who you are as a teacher. Professors who decide to deliberately delete all of the negative comments on ratemyprofessor.com are kind of, invalidating the whole system of a ratemyprofessor.com. And how insecure must you be that you are a college professor? Ratemyprofessor.com is not anything you can use in terms of your actual job. It's just students talking. How insecure must you be if you regularly go on to ratemyprofessor.com and take out negative comments? I mean, for starters, it doesn't even look right if you're a professor and you only have positive comments. I mean, you connect with all sorts of people. Anyone can teach your class. It's important to have a range. It's obviously going to be a range of people's responses to you. If it all looks positive, and if it has to all look positive for you to feel okay like that, that's hella insecure. That's hella, 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 hella insecure. Okay, so yeah. So this guy's hella insecure. Hella insecure. Well, I gotta tell you, now that I can see this, I don't feel nearly as upset about this guy anymore. Yeah, but the truth is he's afraid of me. Well, he's not afraid of me. He's hella insecure. He's hella insecure, so he's just afraid. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Let's give ourselves some validation for these difficult feelings. I love myself, even when I have a workplace bully. I love myself especially when I have a workplace bully. Love is always here, even when my workplace bully does something messed up and everybody is looking the other way. Or, everybody is deliberately looking the other way. Love is always here. Under these feelings of frustration, anger, hurt, fear, frustration, anger, is love. Is love. Love is always under my feelings. Love is under everything. I'm only angry at them because I want them to do better. And that's love. I want them to do better. Well, let it start with me. Yeah. I accept that I cannot accept having a workplace bully. I accept that I cannot accept the feelings that come up around this issue of bullying. Bullying me. I can't accept my feelings around being bullied, but I recognize, I understand that I need to listen to my feelings and honor them, not block them up. That if I just get angry and then launch out at him, I'm becoming a bully. I have every right to feel the way I feel about bullying. Oh my God. Anyone who went through what I went through, what I'm going through, what I went through as a kid, what I'm going through now, anyone who went through what I went through would feel that way. I'm worthy enough to feel through my feelings about being bullied at work because my feelings matter to me. My feelings matter to me. My peace matters to me. Hey, what a gift that someone would show up into our world to disturb our peace so we can figure out what we got to do about it. We all need tools for getting ourselves back to peace. And sometimes, those tools are just lying on the sidewalk, and sometimes you need a bully to push you to figure out what it is. I don't understand how I feel about bullying. I don't totally understand how I feel about all this bullying. And I don't need to, because I don't need to bully myself. I can give it time and space and rest and validation. I don't need anyone's approval to be okay with my feelings about bullying. And I let go of workplace bullies. I let go of workplace friends. I let go of everything because love is letting go. Now, you might go to work and that bully's still going to be there, and you might still want to poke him in the eyes, But we're just one step closer. We're one step closer. I'd say a few steps closer to getting in touch with these hard feelings. Getting in touch with these hard feelings. I guess I'll say something else too. The bullies, a lot of us we put a lot of work into being socially appropriate. So a bully is the greatest representation of someone who doesn't do all those things. We often work very hard to get other people's approval by being socially appropriate, and the bully is someone who doesn't do those things. So that alone can really irritate us. So it's worth looking at how much are we kind of staying in line, sucking it all in to fit in. Maybe we need to question if that's the best way for us to live. Because sometimes that way of being is what brings bullies to us. Well, that's something for me to think about tonight. Okay, wonderful people. So today's class, that concludes today's class on with self-love and our Beginner Emotions for Dummies series. Thank you so much for your time, your feelings, the space to just share these things. Thank you so much for making a space for my tears. Thank you so much. So if this helped you, please share. Okay, you learned an important skill for getting in touch with your feelings. If you meet someone else who's really upset, say, hey, I learned something. Can we sit together? Just like I sat with you today. What a beautiful thing, okay? Okay, and if you're interested, next week we'll start the regular series. And like I said, it's drop in anytime. Well, this class will be here from now to the day I die, I suppose. So drop in anytime. And good luck with your thoughts and feelings. Okay, so thank you all. Have a nice week. Have a nice weekend. And yeah, I enjoyed this too. I really did. Yeah, I really did too. Okay, yeah, have a wonderful night. Have a nice weekend. Everyone take care. Good luck with your thoughts and feelings. I'll see you all next week. Okay, bye.